At first, the birds are chirping, the dogs are barking, white picket fences, brand new Lamborghinis, beachfront properties. Love is in the air. But then comes lies, greed, and cheating, which turns a beautiful marriage into ugly, bloody, and expensive. We know that not all marriages have a happy ending, especially those of the rich and famous, athletes and celebrities. That's why we bring you Celebrity Divorce Gore, filling you in on all the divorces of the celebrities. Welcome to Celebrity Divorce Gore. Welcome to Celebrity Divorce Gore. This is your host, Jeff Carter. And on this episode, we're going to talk about one of the craziest divorces, at least through my lifetime. I know I'm only 30, I'm not that old. In dog years, I'm super old. What's that like? I don't know, I can't even figure out too much right now. Okay? But it's old. It's old enough, okay? For all the divorces I have heard of or seen, this is pretty crazy. And the reason why you say it's pretty crazy is because of the amount of time the wedding was technically together before filing for divorce. That's right, we're talking about our local celebrity, or the celebrity everybody knows about. Everybody follows their whole entire family, the Kardashians. And there's never a dull moment with this family, I swear. All of them. And there's tons of them. It seems like, with Khloe, Kourtney, obviously Kim, and then they have a couple other ones growing up right now. And then also, with Kris Jenner, and this alleged affair that she had with O.J. Simpson. Yeah, who knows if that's fully true. But the time frame would have worked out, though. But that's a whole nother topic, though. We're not going to talk about Kris Jenner's divorce. We're going to talk about the main lady, Kim Kardashian. And, of course, I want to give you some information. But the first thing I want to give you first, for people that don't know who Kris Humphries is, because myself, I do follow sports. I follow basketball a decent amount. I'm not saying Kris Humphries is horrible, but he's not that big of a deal. He really wasn't. I don't know. He still isn't that big. I mean, he's decent. Let me see if I can find you what he's averaging a game or something like that. It's really not much. But 2004, 2006, he played for Utah Jazz. He played for the Toronto Raptors from 06 to 09, Dallas Mavericks from 2009 to 2010, and currently plays for New Jersey, or otherwise known as the Brooklyn Nets, who is part owned by the rapper Jay-Z. Now, Humphries, he was the 14th overall draft pick. He spent a couple seasons with the Jazz. He averaged 3.6 points per game. That's all he was averaging in, his first year. Eventually, I don't know, he got 3.1 rebounds per game and almost 500 on field goal percentage, which is pretty good. I'm not going to lie. But other than that, he's not really a huge player at all. Average, especially with the amount of money that he was going to get into trying to marry that lady. Man, come on. That ring was ginormous. It's huge. It's bigger than my big toe, I think. And I have a big toe. You've never seen it and known. You probably never want to see it. It's probably too much information. But anyway, it's a big rock, basically what I'm trying to tell you. But, I don't know what else to really say about this guy. Humphries was born in Minnesota to Deborah and William Humphries. His father was a football player for the University of Minnesota. Humphries is part African-American, which I did not know. He doesn't look like it at all. He's got more of the Caucasian look. He has two older sisters. His first success in sports came in competitive swimming. See, there you go. I learned something new again. Where he was a top 10-year-old in the nation in 6 events, second only to young Michael Phelps in the remaining events. Oh, that guy. Kris Humphries still holds the U.S. national record for 50-meter freestyle for 10 and under boys. There you go. I just learned something. At age 12, he gave up swimming to pursue a promising career in basketball. At 12, you gave up your career. You gave up a career at age 12? What was I doing at 12? I was playing with Lincoln Logs and G.I. Joes and lighting off black cats and stuff like that in my front yard. Humphries attended Hopkins High School, where he enjoyed his impressive basketball career. In 2002, he led the team to a 25-2 record and his first Minnesota State championship in 49 years. He was named 2003 McDonald's All-American and named second team All-USA by USA Today. He was also named the Super 25 basketball team by USA Today, named Minnesota Mr. Basketball, and State Player of the Year by Minneapolis Star Tribune. and college basketball news. He was one of 10 finalists in 2003 Naismith Prep Player of the Year, averaging a double-double in his final 3 seasons, averaging 25.7, so that's 25.7 points per game, 11.4 rebounds, and 5 assists. That's pretty good in college, I'm not going to lie. It was very good. Coming out of high school, Humphries accepted a scholarship offered to Duke University, but later reconsidered and attended the University of Minnesota. So those are some things about his basketball career as in college, and that's some great things. But let's switch over our interest over to the main person that makes this person a celebrity. The main person, Kim Kardashian. Her name is searched on Google 9 million times per month. That's a lot of keyboards looking for Kim Kardashian. She got married in 2000 to Damon Thomas. See, I didn't even know that. I haven't heard of that one. I've heard about other stuff about her, but I've not heard about Damon Thomas' marriage at all. She was divorced in 2004. She was only 19 at the time of being married. She was the third contestant sent home during the 2008 season of ABC's Dancing with the Stars. She earns $12 million a year, which, if you can figure that out, is $1 million a month or $50,000 a day she makes, just for being Kim Kardashian. In 2009, she released a workout DVD called Fit in Your Jeans by Friday. She has a cupcake mix called Vanilla. She had her 14th birthday party at Michael Jackson's Neverland Ranch. So from there on, she was already being involved with big things. She is involved in the Give a Damn campaign, an organization that brings awareness to the discrimination against the gay, lesbian, bisexual, and transgender community. Oh, what a nice lady she is. Guests at her wedding included Justin Bieber, Will and Jada Pinkett Smith, and Jennifer Lopez. She has a jewelry line at the store BB. Another thing I was also noticing last night when I was doing some research on her is that she blow dries her jewelry because she doesn't want it too cold when she wears it. She turns on her blow dryer and blow dries her jewelry so that way her skin isn't too cold. Maintenance. Excuse me, I didn't say that. Let's talk about their wedding real quick here. Their wedding was not the cheapest thing in the world, at least to me. Her ring was the rock I was mentioning, bigger than my big toe. Her ring is 20.5 carats. 20.5 carats. I can't even need that many carats with ranch dip. 20.5 carats. That's a lot of carats. Now, it does a $2 million ring. But supposedly, the rumor has it that Kris Humphries did get a hefty discount. If we know that for sure, I guess we never will. Her Vera Wang designed wedding dress, plus 2 other dresses worth a total of $60,000, were given free of charge. Must be nice to be a Kardashian. The $20,000 black and white cake, $20,000 for a cake, by the way. That's a car for me. You guessed it, free from Harrison Bakery. It was free. They spent together $2 million on flowers alone. These two. $2 million. And so altogether, their Kim Kardashian wedding, the Kim and Kris wedding, was $20 million. Let's talk about the duration of their wedding. And this is why it's this big deal for Kim Kardashian and Kris Humphries' story. Like I said, a lot of people don't know who that guy is unless you follow basketball. And the reason why it's such a big deal was the fact it was $72 million. And they got paid all this money to get married in the first place. And that's why he's filed all these lawsuits saying that, you got married for the money or for a scam. The filming of the Titanic lasted 160 days. That's 88 days longer than Kim Kardashian's marriage. By the way, did you know the Titanic set was so intense and horrible that angry crew member laced everyone's clam chowder with PCP? 50 people were sent to the hospital, and Bill Paxton felt listless for 2 weeks afterwards. James Cameron managed to vomit before the drug could take the hold, much to the crew of the members, I'm sure. Lindsay Lohan has spent more time in various rehab centers than Kim has been a married woman. The timeline for her stays in rehab go something like in 2007, Lindsay Lohan entered Wonderland and completed a 30-day program. A few months later, she received a DUI after chasing her assistant's mother through a Santa Monica and entered Promises rehab for 45 days. Or wait, maybe she chased her assistant's mother the third time she went to rehab. Anyway, shortly after she left Promises, she received another DUI and went to rehab for the third time for 2 months at Circuit Lounge in Utah. To refresh your memory here, Lohan has been in rehab 3 times in less than a year. In 2010, Lindsay entered and court-mandated rehab at UCLA and stayed for 24 days. Shortly after that, she was ordered back into rehab for 3 months at Betty Ford Center. Ready to add all that up? Lindsay Lohan has spent approximately 249 days in rehab. That's almost a year of her life since 2007. That's 3.5 Kim Kardashian and Kris Humphries marriages. Another crazy fact about time is Elizabeth Smart went missing for 9 months, nearly 4 times the length of Kim and Kris's marriage. That means Elizabeth Smart survived in captivity with psychosexual abusers longer than Kim stayed married to Kris. That's nuts. Trudy Tyler and Sting are famous practitioners of tantric sex. It's reported that they have had orgasms that have lasted longer than Kim Kardashian's marriage. If that's true, I don't know about that. That's a little stretching, I think, but I don't know. In 1995, Mariah Carey and Boyz II Men's song "One Sweet Day" spent 16 weeks at #1 on the Billboard music charts. That's almost double the time Kim Kardashian spent married to Kris Humphries. 72, not 2 sweet days, by the way. Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil spent 216 weeks on the New York Times bestseller list. That's a lot longer than 72 days. Kourtney Kardashian's son, Mason, was born December 14, 2009, which makes him 2 years old. Kim would have to get married 8 times for 72 days each to match Mason's age. OJ's murder trial lasted 248 days. The Macarena. Remember Macarena? I remember that. Hey, Macarena. Macarena, #1 song, 98 days on the chart. That's longer. One season of American Idol was 119 days. That's more than their marriage. Isn't that crazy? That's just nuts to me that all that happens. Man. The one thing that was kind of nuts though is even though it only lasted 72 days, it took a little over 2 years for her divorce to be finally, over with and done. And of course she wants that done now because she just automatically fell in love again. How many times does a person fall in love? I'm just guessing. Within like a 3-year period, how many people has she been in love with? I swear. But she's now currently in love with Kanye West. Kid together and all that. Aw, they knew each other for a long time, supposedly. I don't know. As a celebrity, how do you really know when these people even care about you? I guess it's just you have so much time and money. It's like, well, why not? Why not enjoy your money with somebody? I just, like the ones we've talked about before, like Michael Jordan. That's $168 million you're giving up that he gave up to be married. But that was a 17-year one, not 72 days. Because Humphries, I don't know. I watched a lot of YouTube videos on him, and even including his mom. They're dodging questions, so it doesn't seem like he's really trying to, dash at her too bad. The one thing that he does, though, is that they're trying to do. Humphries was trying to seek an annulment because allegedly their lavish wedding was a sham staged in a reality TV show, Keeping Up with the Kardashians, and he feels that it is. A lot of people do. I remember that was all over the place in all the magazines and everything like that. It's just, man, that whole story is crazy, and to see what will happen next, with Kanye West, like what's going to happen? Are they going to get married or not? So I guess Humphries learned his lesson. When having to marry somebody like that, when you get a 20.5 carat diamond ring, man, like I said, I just like eating a bag of carrots. I'm happy with that. I'll marry a girl over some carrots in my garden, let alone 20.5 carats. Hey, the guy, like I said, it would be different if he was a major basketball player like a Jordan or anybody bigger than that. He was benched for a while. I know he's a tall guy, so he is starting, but averaging 3.75 points a game. I'm sorry, honey, you can't pay for a 20.5 carat diamond ring, bro. But he learned his lesson with that, I'm pretty sure. And it looks like he's really happy to be out of the whole family drama anyway. Because there's nothing slow or dead with the Kardashians. If it's not Kim, it's Khloe, it's Kourtney, it's, her mom. There's always something crazy going on. I mean, they love that attention. They love that materialistic attention. And like I said, Kim makes $12 million a year off of just being Kim Kardashian, looking pretty, getting her butt pictures and everything in these magazines. Must be nice, right? Must be nice to get $12 million a year, But that was Celebrity Divorce Gore, focused on Kim and Kris Kardashian and Kris Humphries, one of the most, memorable divorces of all time, less than 72 days, which is crazy. Even the Macarena outlanded. The Macarena, really? Of all songs, outlasted that one. All right, we'll tune in next time to the next Celebrity Divorce Gore.